Hi, Queens. Welcome to a beautiful new year. Um, this is my first video of the year, my first content of the year, and I was really skeptical about this because um, I have a lot to say. So, Queens, if you're in your late 20s, your early 20s, I'm just going to, or rather, I want to share with you certain things that I have inculcated into my routine to help me get by the feeling of uncertainty, fear, and being unsure about the year. And the first thing on my list is be vulnerable. Yes, we're at that place. I know you find it easy to be vulnerable with your friends, to be vulnerable with your loved one, your partner, family members, and that's not a bad thing. But I feel that God wants you to be even more vulnerable with Him than you are with anyone. That's to say that the first thing on my list is you have to be vulnerable with God. Like, vulnerable to the barest minimum. How you feel, tell God, talk to Him about it. I know you are a strong woman and man of God, but in this year, you have to be vulnerable. You have to be real with God. You can't fake it with God. Of course, you know that He knows the end from the beginning, He's Alpha and Omega, and He knows all things, right? But then you have to be vulnerable with God. You wake up, sometimes I wake up in the morning and I don't feel like it. I'm not feeling like it, right? I talk to Him about it. That's how vulnerable I'm trying. I'm learning vulnerability. I'm learning to be that girl who wakes up in the morning and she's feeling blue and just talks to her father and like, God, it's not simple. Sometimes you feel like, am I really talking to someone? Is this not me making this thing too simple? But you see, that simplicity, right? It works. And I'm like, God, I don't know why I'm feeling this way, but I don't feel okay. Help me if you can't. And I know you can. Please help me or speak a word to me. And sometimes it just comes like a subtle voice. You could hear be still or something. But even if you cannot hear God, just give it time. You just find yourself feeling out of that place. So the second on my list is pray. Pray. Every opportunity you get, pray. Now, pray like do warfare, right? Jesus said that, Peter, I have prayed for you. The devil seek to sieve you as wheat, but I have prayed for you, right? This warfare, you have to pray. You have to war against certain spirits that do not align with the Spirit of God, that are trying to, take over your space, take over take over your life, right? You have to know that the spiritual controls the physical, and not every feeling is just a feeling. Sometimes that is the devil finding an access, right? And you have to war against that. And the third on my list is fast. Fasting is good because then you have to starve your flesh just so that your spirit is in tune with God and it's easy to access God. Next on my list is make sure you're surrounded with the right friends and with the right people. Even for me this year, it's for crying out loud, the year is just starting, but I already feel like it's going to be a really quiet year and a year packed with growth, right? So even sometimes when I don't feel like talking and I'm quiet in my spirit and I feel like keeping to myself and being quiet, I try to surround myself with friends that I know that genuinely love me and genuinely care about me. And sometimes when I talk to these friends on the phone, I don't even say much. They'll be talking and talking and I'm just listening, and that helps a lot because the truth is you cannot do life on your own. I've always been a mantra of right from uni days, I want to be on my own, I'm a loner, I'm a snob, I can do life on my own. It's not true. You cannot do life on your own. You need people, you need a community. And if you feel that the community you are in, be it religious community or your friends from uni, wherever, it is not giving what you want, then you could ask God to bring you into the right community. You don't need to have like 10 friends, 20 friends. It could be just that one friend who you could talk to, who sometimes you don't even need to talk. Like I said, you just need to hear them talk, and just don't feel alone. It just puts you in a place where you know that you're not doing life alone, and that it's like a breather. You're just trying to breathe through that place, right? You're taking a breather through them, because of course they genuinely love and care about you, so they don't really mind, right? And the next on my list is don't be idle. No, Queens, not this year. Don't be idle. If you just got out of the uni and you don't have a job yet, take a course online. We have Allison, we have Udemy, we have Coursera. These are apps that you can actually take courses on, professional courses on, right? And you get a certificate for these courses if you pay. But if you don't want the certificate, or you cannot afford the certificate, you can as well engage on their free courses on there. They have free courses, right? And no knowledge is lost, even if you do not have a certification on those courses because you can't afford them. But then you have that knowledge, right? Get a skill. If you already have a skill, on your skill. And if you're good at what you do, upgrade. If you don't feel like upgrading, diversify. Indulge in something different, right? I'm an hairstylist, BS in computer science, but I'm indulging in I'm indulging in content creation. It's not me, it's not my thing, but I feel like this year is that year where we need to put ourselves out there. The world needs to know what we've got to give. We need to give value, not just about the word, but we need to give value. We need to come into all that God wants us to become, right? And we can't do that shying away, right? That doesn't mean that there is no waiting season, there is no preparatory season, but you just need to understand and know when it is time to be out there and give value. Full of uncertainties, these are the things that I feel led to do to get by, and I trust God that it's going to be a good year. I trust God. I can feel it that it's going to be a good year, but I just want that we are positioned in alignment to all that God is going to be dispensing to us this year, right? And that affects our personal life, and that affects our family, and here. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, content creation, it's not really my thing, but I feel like it is time to dispense value, and I'm going to try and do that. So I hope you enjoy my video, and if you do and you want to see more of this, please just acknowledge it, or just say something like, oh Karen, I like this video, I want to see more of this. I will be very happy. I will be elated to share on more tips and journey with you in this year 2024. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a good view, and I hope we all get to experience the best year ever. Ciao.